Hi guys, hold on a second. I just turned my Wi-Fi on. Okay. Hi everybody. Welcome in November. Okay, so hi. Welcome to this collective live stream. I hope you guys can hear me well enough, and I'm sorry that the camera keeps moving. I'm going to try my best to not be on the table here because it's a little wobbly, and that's what's making the camera move. But hi guys, welcome in. Happy Saturday to you. Hello Selma. Happy Saturday to you all. I'm a little bit of a wild child right now. My hair is all over the place. I was thinking of leaving it down, but I might put it up. Or I might just leave it. I might just let it flow naturally. I used to have a mohawk like back in the day. When I was when I was in my 20s, I used to have a mohawk. I shaved my head and I loved that look. Hello, Art. And actually, I should do that again. That's a dope look. Okay, anyway, I think I'm gonna leave it down. But hi guys, welcome in. Happy Saturday to you. I don't know about this. Y'all need to tell me. But also, I need you guys to let me know if you can hear me well enough. If not, then I will move my situation over. Hello, Mama Pip look. That's your look, the mohawk? Okay, excellent. Or wait, the mohawk or the wild child? I think I might want to put my hair up a little bit because this is a little bit much at the moment. I don't know, it's kind of distracting. Oh, thank you, Selma. I appreciate that. So then fine, we'll leave it. Hi, Esther. Hey guys, welcome in. I am so happy to see you. A mix at the moment, it's overgrown. Okay, shoo. Be that wild child, girl. Yes, you know what? Thank you, Mama Piplup. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna let the wild child be. Okay, we're gonna be in our natural state right now. I am currently on a little bit of a vacation. For those of you that don't know, my parents came down to Puerto Rico, and we've been spending a few days together. Oh, thank you, Esther. I love you guys so much. So we were having a really nice day. Today's our last day here. My parents are going home tomorrow. I'm going back to Rincon tomorrow, and we've been spending the day just hanging out, relaxing. I came upstairs real quick because I don't remember who sent it to me, but I'm so sorry, I don't remember who sent it, but part of the family here sent me some seeds of a asparagus fern last year, and I am growing those. There are two of them. There are two plants that are successfully growing from that. But while I was hanging out in the hotel today, we've been hanging out at the pool, just vibing, just chilling, taking in the sun, enjoying our time, relaxing, enjoying time together. And they have all kinds of plants around here, as decoration and all that. And a few of them are asparagus ferns. And I was talking to my mom about it, and then I mentioned to her that somebody had sent me some seeds and I was growing it, and so we were just vibing on that real quick. And then I noticed that one of the plants that was around had seeds that were harvestable and ready to be planted. So I did harvest those. I took some of them. I think I have like about 5 or 6. Maybe I think I have 5. But anyway, I came upstairs to drop them off in my room just to make sure I didn't lose them. And when I got up here, I felt like it was time for a reading. Hello, CJ. Welcome in. So I felt like it was time for a reading. So that's why we are here right now. And I wish you guys could see more of the ocean. I am outside on the balcony of my room. And the ocean is behind me. Oh, well, that's interesting. You kind of can see it, but I guess when the light is really bright, so it's all washed out. But you can kind of see it, but you can definitely hear it. But also, I just want to make sure that you guys can hear me. It sounds wonderful, excellent. And so it's not the ocean isn't too loud, right? Because I definitely feel like that ocean sound is a really good energy to have behind us. So I just want to make sure that you guys can hear me well enough before I really get started here. But welcome into this live stream. Yes, this is going to be a collective session. So just a collective reading. Again, like I said, I was feeling inspired. Yes, I am still in Puerto Rico. My parents came down to Puerto Rico to visit. And so right now, we're on the east side of the island. We're in San Juan. I live on the west side. So yeah, that's where we are. And it's been really, really wonderful. Yesterday, we went out to Old San Juan and we got to tour some of the historical sites. There are two fortresses, I guess you could call them, that were built centuries ago, back in the, it started with the Spanish because the Spanish did colonize Puerto Rico first. Hello, Charlotte. The Spanish did colonize Puerto Rico first, and then a bunch of other countries came to try and take it from the Spanish, those being the Dutch and the French and I think the Germans, but then also the Americans. And then after the Spanish-American War, that's when the Americans took over Puerto Rico. But the fortresses that were built by the Spanish. And so we went and we toured those yesterday. And it was really beautiful. It was really great to see. And it actually really did inspire me to want to learn more about the history of Puerto Rico and all that kind of stuff. I don't know about this hair right now, you guys, but we're just going to let it be. I'm on vacation. I'm living. No, I'm not. No, yes. I'm sorry, Charlotte. No, I'm not on a cruise. I'm just on the east side of the island in San Juan. I live in Rincon, which is on the west side of the island. And originally, my parents were going to come down, and they were going to come to Rincon and see, and meet all my friends and see where I am, and we were going to hang out there. But when they were booking their flights and everything, things kept changing around. So they were like, "Why don't we just go to San Juan, and you can come meet us there, and blah blah blah, whoopie whoop and all that." So that's where we are. So yesterday we did go see Old San Juan, and then today we were just hanging out, and today is our last day. But I felt like it was time for a collective reading. So this is going to be just a general collective reading, okay? This is not sign specific, this is for everybody, all right? And what Spirit is saying is, Spirit is guiding me to pull a little bit of the energies for the month of November. But I also feel like this has something to do, I also kind of feel like, okay, I feel like this also has a lot to do with the eclipse, the eclipse that we had in October. So I feel like there's general energies that are going to be coming through, guidance that is going to be coming through for the collective that may have been triggered during the eclipse. Okay, so we had the new moon eclipse, which was a few days ago. Today is the 29th of October. I believe the new moon and the eclipse was on the 25th. I haven't really been keeping up with the astrology lately, which is okay. There are plenty of astrologers out there that can really help you and guide you, but I'm still here. But what I'm feeling for this collective reading right now is I did get guidance that this is about November, but I also feel like this is encompassing some of the energies of that eclipse that we had, okay? So moving forward, energies that may have been triggered and or ramped up or kicked off because of the eclipse, and then also looking forward into the month of November, okay? So I really do feel like this is energy that's going to be carrying us through the month of November. Is it just yours, or am I in the future? I am kind of a little bit in the future. I do feel I am a little bit ahead of my time. I do feel like I'm one of those energies. But also for this collective live stream, we are going to be talking about the future here a little bit. And like Spirit was saying to me, it's going to be a little bit of the energies for the month of the 22nd. Wait, Shirley, where are you? Hold on. What? Oh, shoot! It is October 22nd. Wait a second. Oh, man, you're so right. I'm so sorry, Charlotte. Wait, I am in the future. I totally, oh my goodness. No, that makes sense. That makes sense. I thought I had less time than what I actually do have. So, okay, that's good. Thank you, Charlotte, for letting me know that. Oopsie poopsie. I've been having a little bit, well, I'm not going to say I've been having too much fun, but I have been having fun. Cheers to that, yes? Okay. Yo, we have it, that's right. So the eclipse and the new moon, oh, so we can, okay, good. Because my original thought was that I kind of wanted to make this kind of like an eclipse energy. But I thought we had already had it, but no, it's around the 25th, right? Because it's during the new moon. Oof. Okay. Sorry, guys. Listen. I'm vibing right now, y'all. Like, I'm just having a good time. And I was very much ahead of myself. So thank you for telling me that, because there are some things that I need to handle, and I thought I was going to get back home and have to like do it right away, but I still have some time. Okay, so good. All right. So we are going to talk about this eclipse energy. I do feel like I want to channel some of that. But then also, Spirit would also say, yes, please join the fun. Yo, cheers, y'all. I mean, this is the end of a mezcal margarita. So I'm going to be sipping on that lightly as we go through. But smoke them if you got them. Grab yourself a drink, a beer, a cocktail, whatnot, whatever. Let's just hang out and vibe. And let's just get a collective reading. So we are going to be talking about the eclipse here, which in tropical astrology is in, I believe it's in Scorpio, right? But in terms of true sidereal astrology, yeah. In terms of true sidereal astrology, this eclipse is happening in the constellation of Virgo. Whereas because the sun, technically speaking, the sun is still at this moment as of today, which is October 22nd, the sun is still in the constellation of Virgo, okay? So take it as it resonates, do whatever. You don't have to resonate with true sidereal astrology in order to resonate with this. You could resonate with, hi Valerie, yeah, you feel it too, yeah? Good. You could mostly resonate with tropical astrology, but it doesn't matter. This is not sign specific, and this is a big old collective reading, okay, collective channeling. So we're gonna get into that. Wait, what month is it? Yeah. Yes. Yeah, that is a thing. But you know what? That's a thing because time is an illusion. Time doesn't really exist. It is a construct of the human mind. It's a way that us as humans, with our three-dimensional orientation and our time and space orientation, it's a way that we as humans make sense of our reality. Okay, so in the grand scheme of things, time is an illusion, space is an illusion, like it's all that, right? Okay, so that's why we deal with that sometimes. Okay, great. But I think we can get started now. Oh God, we're 12 minutes in already. And I apologize for how shaky the camera is right now. The table is not the sturdiest. And part of me did want to bring my tripod, but I was like, no, I shouldn't bring that. But again, guys, trust your intuitions, please, because my intuition was like, Eric, you can bring your stand here, but also bring the tripod just in case. And I was like, I don't want to carry that with me. Should have brought the tripod, but it's okay. I also was I meant to bring my microphone, but I forgot that one. But anyway, it's okay. All right, let's get into these energies here. Collective message. I was feeling like I wanted to do this for the eclipse. But also this could just be a general energy reading for you. This is a general energy reading. This is a timeless reading. This does not have to resonate for you at any specific moment. Whenever you're guided to watch this reading and it resonates, then that's the message for you at that time, okay? But for the sake of what we're experiencing in the here and now, this also could be a reading for a collective energy reading for the eclipse. And also, Spirit was saying, and into the month of November. So this is an energy that's going to be carrying with us, obviously, as we move forward here, but I feel like it's really going to be mostly for an energy that we're going to be dealing with in the month of November, okay? I'm going to give this 2 more shuffles, and then we will get into what Spirit has for us at this time, yeah? Excellent, guys. All right, let's do this. One last shuffle here. Thank you, God Source Creator, for bringing us together in this moment. Thank you so much for guiding us, for loving us, for caring for us, for providing for us. Thank you for everything that you do for us on a daily basis. Even though these things may seem shitty in the moment, we thank you for the opportunity to learn, to grow, and most importantly, to experience. Because that's really what this life is about. It's about experiencing things, whether it's good or bad, and everything is relative, right? So the good is relative, the bad is relative. Regardless as to whatever it is you're going through, I really, last shuffle, I really encourage you guys to take a moment and just be thankful. Be thankful. Even if your situation is shitty, or what you would consider to be shitty, take some time, even if it's just for 5 seconds, 5 minutes, whatever. Take some time to really just be grateful for the fact that you as a soul are physically incarnated and you get to have the experience, okay? Because ultimately, when all is said and done, we are just gonna go back to where we came from and everything's gonna be fine. It will always be fine, right? So let's cheers to that. Cheers to you, Spirit. Thank you, God Source Creator, for bringing us together in this moment. And thank you for the lessons and the messages that you are desiring to provide to us at this time. All right, kids, let's get into it. What's going on for the collective? What do you want to say to the collective at this time, please, Spirit? The first card we have is the Fool. And that is a card that came out. I did a Patreon reading today, and that card came out. The next card you have is the Six of Wands. And then after that, we do have the Nine of Swords. Okay, but actually the Nine of Swords came out before the Six of Wands. But the Nine of Swords came out, not reversed, but, wow. Okay, the Nine of Swords came out face down. Overall energy is the Knight of Pentacles. This Knight of Pentacles is another card that came out for the Patreon reading that I did this morning. And if you're not on Patreon, and if you would like to be on Patreon, I highly recommend that you do so. Patreon.com/Divine Conversations. The link to that can be found in the description box below as well. Patreon is a great way to really support the work that I do here. I don't post as regularly as I used to anymore. I've gotten to the point where I'm just like, let me just go with the flow, and whenever Spirit has a message for the Patreon collective, then I will do that. But it's also, so you do get extra readings over on Patreon, extra energy readings. Also, for certain tiers, you do get discounts on your personal readings if you would like a personal reading. One tier will give you 10%. The next tier up will give you 20%. So check that out. And then there's also a tier actually that you get a monthly or one freestyle or a 30-minute live session with me with your Patreon subscription. And actually, that's a really great deal because it's cheaper. It's actually about $10 cheaper for that tier on Patreon than an actual personal reading. And with that, you get all of the readings all the new readings that I do on Patreon, and then all the old ones, all the archive, right? So that's actually a really great deal. Patreon.com/Divine Conversations. And then also the link to that, if that doesn't work out for you, just check the description box below. Not in the current moment, because I believe when I set up this live stream, all the information may not be there. But check the information in the description box below. At some point, it's in there. Or check the information in the description box of all my previous content here, and you'll find it. It's actually one of the first things that you see. Yeah? Okay, in the description box. All right, kids. Let's get into this. I'm going to hit this, actually. Disclaimer, this is not marijuana. It is tobacco. But I stopped buying rolling papers. I stopped buying rolling papers, and so now I just smoke my tobacco out of a nice little pipe, and it's really nice. Okay, kids, let's get into this reading. So you have the Fool, the Nine of Swords, and the Six of Wands. The first thing I want to tell you guys is that you are about to embark on a brand new journey, okay? And overall energy also is the Knight of Pentacles. This is another card that came out for the Patreon reading, okay, that I did earlier today. First thing I want to say is you are victorious, okay? But the fact that we have the Nine of Swords in between this leap of faith, the Fool, and the victory ahead, the Six of Wands, we do have this Nine of Swords. So I feel like what may be getting in the way is a feeling of anxiety. And those feelings of anxiety are surrounding not necessarily understanding or knowing how things are going to work out for you in the future. With that said, though, even though you have this Nine of Swords energy in front of you, I do feel like you are still willing, at the very least, to move forward in the way that Spirit is guiding you. And that is because of this Knight of Pentacles energy. I am picking up for some in the collective here that you are very determined to either do things by the book or to just be serious about it, okay? There may be a level of maturity that you have developed over all this time, and I want to say specifically over the hardships that you have had that have helped you step into the position of, well, if I'm going to do this, if I'm going to take this leap of faith, and if I'm going to start a new chapter, and if I'm going to go in a new direction, then I'm going to do this right. And that is excellent. Spirit is saying that does have something to do with Saturn having been retrograde. I believe at this point, Saturn is direct. Again, I have not been keeping up with the astrology lately. Excellent, y'all. First of all, welcome. It's good to see you, but congratulations on the new job you got. You're exhausted, but happy after passing 2 weeks of education and test. Yes! Congratulations, y'all. Cheers to you, yeah? Okay. So what a spirit is saying here is for some of you, you went through certain experiences during Saturn's retrograde that may have put things into perspective for you. I definitely feel like there is a strong level here of being diligent, of wanting to do things the right way. In some cases, for some of you, wanting to do things by the book, wanting to go by the book. We don't have the Hierophant here, but there's a feeling of diligence. There's a feeling of just wanting to do things correctly. I do feel like some of us in this collective, in terms of this reading, you find yourself in this energy because you went through certain experiences during the retrograde motion of Saturn that helped put things into perspective for you. Okay, Saturn is direct time tomorrow. Thank you, y'all. And he doesn't return to this point for another 30 years, correct? And Saturn is, in terms of true sidereal astrology, Saturn is in his home sign, or one of his home signs, of Capricorn, okay? Again, true sidereal astrology. So I do feel like this is related to something, an element that you experienced during the retrograde motion of Saturn. And with Capricorn being, as I was saying, as I have been channeling for the collective for a while, Capricorn feels like it's providing a level or an energy of a certain level of scaffolding, okay? And what is scaffolding? Scaffolding is that structure that you put up that allows you to build a building, okay? Capricorn is providing us, or has been, in terms of Saturn being there, Capricorn has been providing us with a way out, a formulation, a plan, okay? And it may not have, and some of you are experiencing or have experienced a situation in which things did not go according to plan. But ultimately, whatever it is that you experienced during this time was in fact part of the plan, because there was a higher guidance system, or there is a higher guidance system that is leading the way here. And it is part of the plan, or has been part of the greater plan, at least your soul's plan, we'll say, because ultimately it taught you a lesson that puts you in a place of diligence, first and foremost, and desiring to do things completely, desiring to go forward, desiring to, I just heard for some of you, make ends meet. So you could be really focusing on switching up or changing your financial system or situation. But ultimately what you learned during that Saturn retrograde, or during this Saturn retrograde, really helped you put things in perspective for yourself. And that ultimately is where you are going to be building from moving forward. And then moving forward, we do have, the first card you have here is the Fool. So there is definitely an energy here of ending an old cycle, moving forward, and taking a leap of faith towards the new, okay? With that said, though, you do have this Nine of Swords energy. There is a level of anxiety. There is even, maybe you could say, potentially a level of fear, okay? Fear of the unknown. But I do feel like what Spirit is saying here is a lot of the fear that you are experiencing right now is a product of the old conditioning that you may be coming out of, or the old mindset, or the old lifestyle elements, or fears, traumas, mindsets that have been implanted and or instilled within you because of the past circumstances that you are now taking a leap of faith out of. So that's why we do have a little bit of this Nine of Swords energy here, a little bit of this fear, a little bit of this anxiety, but ultimately, finally, you do have the Six of Wands. First and foremost, the Six of Wands is absolutely speaking to the energy of, I have really done something here. I have overcome something here. I have made a name for myself. I have overcome, okay? So as you're moving forward, you are carrying this victorious energy with you. There is also a level of experiencing new victories moving forward, and that is a direct result of what it is you experienced in the past energies, okay, in terms of the situation and or cycle that you came out of. Selma, you're saying you got your heart broken by someone who you thought was the one, and you're going through a really hard time, and you just want to get over him and forget him as quickly as possible. Okay. You have a hard time letting yourself feel hurt. That is understandable. That is absolutely understandable. What I would suggest, especially since, Selma, you did just say that you have a hard time allowing yourself to feel hurt, or I guess also to feel pain, you could say, or we could say, it's not real. I would suggest that you don't really work on just trying to forget about this person or forget about the situation as quickly as possible. Instead, I mean, it's because ultimately what Spirit is saying for this, and obviously this could resonate for many people here, but it's really not about the people. It's not about the person so much that you experience this with. It's more about the experience itself. And while you are working, and this goes for everybody, so this could resonate for plenty of people here, not just for you, Selma, but while you are working through the pain, the trauma, the turmoil, and are working to heal from that, that person is always going to be a part of it. Why? Because you experienced it with that person. That person played a role in what it is you are learning and growing from and what it is you experienced. So you're going to be feeling this pain for some time until it's fully healed and whatnot, whatever. Who knows how long that's going to take. But ultimately, that person is always going to be involved. So I wouldn't try necessarily to push that person away and forget about them so much. Instead, I would try and focus on high universal passage. I would try and focus on the lesson that you learned, the experience that you had, and working on healing from there. Because like I said, that person is always going to be a part of the situation, okay? Now, for you, Selma, this could actually be quite relevant. And again, Spirit is bringing this through because yes, this is piggybacking off of what Selma said, but also this could resonate for anybody. There is a level of victory here as you are moving forward. Like I said, you guys, you have overcome something. We have overcome something. You are so welcome, Selma. We have overcome something. We have faced some really tough challenges. And that doesn't mean that we're not going to face any more challenges up ahead. But ultimately, this is a time for celebration of seeing how far you have actually come and what it is you have grown and learned and grown into, who it is you have grown into, okay? All right, excellent. So with all of that said, I want us to talk about this Nine of Swords energy. Why do we have this Nine of Swords here for the collective? What is this Nine of Swords energy here for the collective, please, Spirit? Ah, looky here. We do have the Hierophant showing up. This is that energy of doing things by the book, all right? There are some ways in which I feel like we as a collective or whomever it is that's resonating with this reading right now, I feel like there are ways in which we have grown and evolved, grown up, matured even, to say, okay, well, maybe I do have to do some things by the book. But then that could also be why you have this anxiety here. Because some of you may be saying in this energy, holy shit, I don't even know how to do that. That's not natural to me. That's not really who I am, or that's not who I've been allowed myself to be up until now, okay? But also the Hierophant here would represent that Saturnian energy, because oftentimes when I'm reading for the collective or for someone and I see the Hierophant, lately I've been seeing the Hierophant as representative of some really tough lessons, okay? All right, clarifying the Nine of Swords, please. Okay. Wow, you guys. Wow, you guys. Wow, you guys. Okay, overall energy here is the King of Wands. But clarifying this Nine of Swords here is the Hierophant, Temperance, and, the Chariot. And what I want to say about this, you guys, is the Chariot is making me feel like this is why we have this victory here. Not only are you feeling victorious, or not only do you have something to feel proud of. 444, yes, 444. Thank you, Firestar. It's good to see you. Not only do you have this victory here because of what it is that you've overcome and the space that you are in now. Again, regardless as to how things look. Regardless as to how things look on the surface or in your physical reality right now. Oh yeah, okay. But also, there is victory here because, first and foremost, you have overcome something, okay? But also there is a level of victory moving forward. You're going to have a much more victorious time, okay? But that's because I feel like the Chariot is connected to that, because something has happened in your life and the experiences that you've had up until this point that have put you into greater alignment with your soul's purpose and or your soul's path moving forward, okay? And so that's why you have this victory here. You do have the Hierophant, which would represent the hard and tough lessons that you experienced in this moment. And then you have the Temperance card, which would represent the balancing and harmonizing and even, I'm hearing, reorganization that has come from this. And then you have the Chariot here, which is you moving forward in a much more balanced and harmonious way. Again, this is all clarifying the Nine of Swords. So, okay, what I was picking up on in the very beginning of this reading is that the Nine of Swords may be a little bit of a current energy for you. And I do feel like that's a little bit of what the situation is, because again, there could be still some fears and some anxieties that are stemming from the past circumstances and everything that may have been instilled within you because of those past circumstances that you are now coming out of. But now also the Nine of Swords here, your worries, your concerns, your anxieties, your fears have been an element of that situation that you are now taking a leap of faith from, okay, or you're stepping into the next chapter. That has been an element of the situation that has helped to teach you a very strong lesson, a very difficult lesson maybe, with the Hierophant, that has helped you to bring greater balance into your life, temperance, and has ultimately put you into a space where you are in greater alignment with yourself, your soul purpose, and your truth. The Chariot, okay? This is beautiful. And then also, at the bottom of the deck here, you do have the King of Wands, overall energy. I feel like you're facing your fears head on, okay? I feel like even though there could be some energies here of some fears or anxieties or maybe even some conditioning that are an element of the past circumstance that you are now taking a step out of, those may still be in your mind. But also, hi Future World High Priestess, I'm well, thank you. How have you been? It's so good to see you. Even though these fears may have been an element of the past, I do feel like there's something has happened, or part of this lesson or this trial or tribulation, this challenge that you have overcome, this obstacle that you have overcome, part of that forced you in some ways, if you want to look at it that way, or at least I want to say in a much more positive way, influenced you to face those fears head on. And that's why there is something to celebrate here, or that's why you can take a victory lap here, because you have in fact faced your fears head on. And now again, even though some of those fears may still be creeping into this energy for you, you are able to move forward in a much stronger way. Okay? And so this is also directly connected to what I was saying in the beginning, the prayer that I did say in the beginning, in terms of thank you, God Source Creator, for all the experiences that you are allowing us to have right now. Because ultimately, this is all making you stronger. So this is another reason as to why we really need to allow ourselves to take some time to be grateful for everything that we have experienced up until now and all of the ways that we have been able to overcome. Because ultimately, you are still here. So that means you have been able to overcome. Okay? Beautiful. Let's talk about the Fool next. What is this Fool energy for the collective? Excellent. Another card that came out for that Patreon reading. We do have the Five of Swords so far, clarifying the Fool. Ooh, we also have the Nine of Pentacles now. For some of you, this absolutely could... Wow. Wow, you guys. This is definitely related to and or connected to the Patreon reading that I did earlier today. So for those of you that are just now tuning in, I highly recommend, if you would like to get into Patreon, go ahead and do it. Patreon.com/Divine Conversations. We have tiers that are as low as $3, okay? And everybody gets the same things. There are some tiers that get some discounts on their readings, if you would like to get a personal reading with me, okay? But check that out, patreon.com/Divine Conversations. But I will say that this is definitely connected to that Patreon reading, because we do have some similar cards that are coming out here. Now, we are clarifying the Fool, a leap of faith. Spirit just did say, starting a new chapter. What are you taking a leap of faith from? Well, first and foremost, you are taking a leap of faith from some sort of Five of Swords energy, some sort of lose-lose situation. And like I was saying before I got off on my tangent, what I was saying was this absolutely feels like, oh yes, Charlotte, check it out, because you're there too. This definitely feels, it could have something to do with some sort of romantic situation, or maybe some sort of interpersonal situation that was toxic, low vibrational, or just detrimental to you. So Selma, relating back to what you mentioned about what you're going through right now, even though you got your heart broken by someone that you thought was the one, okay, ultimately what this feels like here is you are taking a leap of faith out of something that was really toxic and low vibrational, okay? But again, this is a general reading, so take it as it resonates. And I did get that mainly from the Nine of Pentacles energy that is here. There is some sort of singleness, singlehood, or some sort of independence, okay, sovereignty, self-sufficiency. There could be an energy of you are taking a leap of faith now into a new cycle in which you are going to be reshaping your finances, or building a level of, some of you may be coming out of a level of codependency and working on really building your foundation and or fortification within yourself, okay? The Nine of Pentacles here. But then we also do have the Ten of Cups with this, and then overall energy at the bottom of the deck is the Two of Cups. So there is another example of some sort of romantic situation, or maybe just some sort of interpersonal situation. And I am feeling guided to look at what is underneath the Two of Cups. We have the Sun to the Seven of Wands, to the King of Pentacles, also to the Knight of Swords, and to the World. Wow, wowie, wow, wow, look at that, you guys. All right, this is why the cycle has closed out for you. Either this King of Pentacles here would represent another person, someone that maybe is very egotistical, someone that is very low vibrational, or someone that is very materialistically oriented. I am getting some energies here of someone that is really combative, maybe someone that is very argumentative, or someone that is very rooted in their way of life, and there is no space or room in their life for anyone else who has a different point of view. Now, yes, Firestar, this is a collective reading. Now, also, the King of Pentacles could absolutely represent yourself, okay? Could represent an energy of, if this is financial for you, this could represent an energy of building your finances, reshaping your finances, reshaping some sort of physical foundation for yourself within your life. Now, with this, you have the Two of Cups, the Sun, the Seven of Wands, the King of Pentacles, the Knight of Swords, and the World. The reason why this situation and or circumstance has come to an end is because you had some sort of association with someone else, okay? And there was some sort of illumination that came about in terms of this situation. And this is definitely a good thing, even though it may not feel like it right now. This is definitely a good thing because it's brought you a level of illumination for you to understand whether this happened before you guys broke up, or before you split with these people or this person, or after. It's a result, a direct result of what happened as a result of a breakup or a split. There is an awareness here that is helping you understand just how toxic this situation, or low vibrational, or combative this situation may have been. Five of Swords, because this is what you're taking the leap of faith from. And as a result, well, wait, before I say anything else, the Sun here is the most optimistic card in the deck. But the Sun can also, while it is an a luminary, right? It illuminates things for you. It sheds light on things for you. It gives you wisdom and understanding. It could very well burn, okay? So it may not have been easy, and it may have been a painful situation. Exactly, okay. May have been a painful situation. Ultimately, it may have been a situation that has burned you, but ultimately this burn that you may have received here, not gonna lie, excellent, you got a little burn. But that burn is bringing awareness to you. And I'm pretty sure you're most likely not going to allow yourself to be burned like this again in the future. Or at the very least, you have enough of an understanding within yourself about this situation so that if and or when you experience a similar situation like this, toxic situation like this in the future, you will have a greater understanding of it so that you can handle it in a very different way. Exactly, Selma. And so because of that now, you are standing your ground against potentially someone that is maybe very materialistic and or very rooted in their ways, and that was very combative, Knight of Swords, but that situation is over. Situation is done. For others of you that this does not necessarily represent some sort of romantic situation here, you have come into a greater sense of union with yourself because of this awareness that you have gotten, and now you are holding a level of greater boundaries to protect yourself. You are getting more rooted in yourself. You're fighting for yourself, Knight of Swords to the King of Pentacles, and that is a direct reason as to why this situation is over. The cycle is complete, okay? Now keep in mind, guys, we are clarifying the Fool here. And so you have the Fool, right? Which is clarified by the Five of Swords, the Nine of Pentacles, and the Ten of Cups. Okay? The Five of Swords feels like that negative energy that you were in before. The Nine of Pentacles feels like you standing on your own. And regardless to whatever situation this is or however this may resonate for you, this Nine of Pentacles energy is representing you taking your power back, standing for yourself and being independent, and you doing what is absolutely right for you to help you ultimately achieve a greater level of emotional fulfillment. Ten of Cups, okay? For some of you even, this is leading you to another relationship that would be of either is the next step for you in your spiritual process, in your learning and your growth, or is a relationship that is, well, ultimately it would be the next step for you, but or ultimately is a relationship that is going to be much better for you, okay? Some of you are absolutely choosing, consciously choosing to step back, to walk away from this situation, because like I said, with this Sun energy here, you have started to understand just how deeply combative, is what I want to say, this situation has been for you, okay? Primo, excellent. Finally, let's clarify this Six of Wands for the collective here. What is this Six of Wands energy for the collective? Okay, the Ten of Wands just wanted to show itself. It didn't come out completely, but it did just show itself. And that again is another card that came out for this collective reading that I did over on Patreon, all right? And that was talking about burdens. But, and it's still talking about burdens here. And that is a level of something that you may have overcome, okay? Six of Wands. That is a reason to celebrate. That is a reason to hold your head up high. That is a reason to take a victory lap, okay? Okay, Six of Wands. We have the Emperor with the Three of Pentacles. And then the Five of Cups is the overall energy, clarifying the Six of Wands. There is a level of loss. There is a level of loss here, not gonna lie. But ultimately, what you have lost, the Three Cups that have spilled out, were toxic. And what you are left standing with are those Two of Cups. Again, that's the Two of Cups that was at the bottom of the deck when we were clarifying the Fool here, this leap of faith, or at least this next chapter that you are starting here, okay? You are, and really what I feel like the Two of Cups represents here is you are left with yourself, okay? And in terms of this situation, in terms of being left with yourself, that is a beautiful thing. Because not only are you left to your own devices or you're left with yourself, but also you are much stronger. You have a greater idea of how it is you can care for yourself better. So even though there may be loss here, even though there may be grievances to feel and or work through at this time, you being left to your own devices, you being left in a position in which you are in a greater alignment with yourself, which is also representative of this Chariot energy, is a really beautiful and wonderful thing, is absolutely something to be celebrated, okay? Now, clarifying the Six of Wands, you do have the Five of Cups overall at the bottom of the deck, and then you have the Emperor with the Three of Pentacles. Even though you may not necessarily feel victorious at this time, your victory comes from you taking your power back, Excellent, Charlotte. You taking your power back and resolving to build, resolving to grow, resolving to do more for yourself. Okay, resolving to work on a greater level of self-mastery, Three of Pentacles. For some of you here, I feel like this was a very eye-opening situation in which, excellent Selma, this was a very eye-opening situation in which you really got real with yourself, whether this is a romantic situation, a love situation, or maybe just a financial, physical element for your life. You looked yourself in the mirror or looked yourself in the eye and said, bitch, we have got to do better for ourselves. That's all there is to it, Spirit just said. And that is absolutely worthy of a victory lap. That is absolutely something to be celebrated. And that's what the universe and the Spirit is saying right now. Regardless of how this may look on the surface, externally to you, ultimately, you have achieved a victory because you have gotten yourself into a position where you are saying to yourself, I am ready to do better. I'm ready to do better. I'm ready to work on myself. I'm ready to heal myself. I'm ready to work on building a greater foundation for ourselves. Thank you, Selma, so much for that donation, okay? This is beautiful. And again, Spirit really wants to reiterate this. You may have a reason to cry right now. You may have a reason to grieve right now, Five of Cups. And absolutely, you are absolutely 100% encouraged, not even just allowed, but encouraged to feel through that grievance and those grieving energies, okay? But ultimately, when all is said and done and when your tears have dried, you will be in a much, well, you already are, but you will be able to understand and or see for yourself how much of a stronger position you are in because of that resolution, that resolve to say, fuck this, I am going to do better for myself. I am going to have better for myself. I am going to achieve greater things. I am going to work towards doing something or having something, whether this is physical and financial or this is romantic for you. I am going to work. I finally know why now I need to work. For some of you here, there is a level of realizing and or understanding why certain people may have preached certain things for you in the past that you may not have necessarily felt in alignment with. And that's okay. It doesn't matter. Because ultimately you found it for yourself. That was the reasoning. You needed to find it for yourself in order for you to accept it, which meant you had to go through certain experiences that helped you realize that. But don't beat yourself up about that, guys. Why? Because we are here to learn and experience and then to grow from those learning and experience, those challenges, okay? This is so beautiful, you guys. I really freaking love this for you. I love this for us, okay? And this Spirit is saying at this moment right now that this does have to do with the eclipse energies here. There are some things that I was reading, some things that people have channeled, some astrologers and readers that have channeled this. One of the posts that I saw was, some people say, yeah, well, if your relationship made it through the a Mercury retrograde, then you are meant to be together. And it's like, yeah, okay. But in some cases, if your relationships make it through the eclipse, then you're meant to be together, ... For now, okay? So for some of you, this does have everything to do with these eclipse energies, okay? Moving forward into the month of November. Okay, closing message here for the collective, closing message for this collective reading. What's your closing message, please, Spirit? We're back to the Knight of Pentacles. Again, there is some sort of feeling of resolve here for the collective in terms of taking things slowly, doing things by the book, okay? Doing things properly, all right? Knight of Pentacles. But you have the Five of Pentacles, Judgment, and the Queen of Wands. Okay, so we had the counterparts show up. We had the King of Wands show up before. Now we have the Queen of Wands. What this is saying here is, whatever it is you are experiencing, whatever it is you are coming out of at this time, it was directly related to a Five of Pentacles energy, to feelings of lack mentality. But this experience showed you the truth and basically sounded the alarm for you. and got you to really start thinking about what it is you want to be truly in alignment with? Or was that wake-up call for you, or is that wake-up call for you to say, I am going to switch up what it is I am holding energetically that has me in alignment with things that bring certain levels of negativity or that are related to feelings of lack mentality, feelings of inadequacy, not being good enough, not having the right support system, something, whatnot, whatever. This was ultimately whatever it is you are experiencing here that you are taking a leap out of into a new cycle. Whatever it is you experienced in the past was definitely a kick in the ass to get you to wake up, in a sense, and say, and fix your alignment. Charlotte, thank you so much for that donation. To basically to fix your alignment. Queen of Wands, Judgment, Five of Pentacles, okay? And as a direct result of that, you guys, there is an energy here of wanting to do things by the book, wanting to do things diligently, wanting to move forward, wanting to create better for yourself. Earlier, I said not to beat ourselves up over about the situations that we're learning experiences from, that you're learning and experiencing from. You find that so hard. Any advice for how to let go of the judgment? Love yourself. See the judgment for what it is. The judgment is a human construct. The judgment is necessary, just like the element of time, the understanding of time. Just like time, even though time is an illusion, right, in the grand scheme of things, ultimately, as humans in this physical human incarnation, we use time to help make sense of our lives and to help bring a level of order into our lives, okay? So judgment, or the energy of judgment, the thought, the reality in terms of humanity, the reality of judgment is actually a part of that survival instinct, or a part of that foundation that we help to use to help make sense of our lives, right? You need a level of judgment in order to make decisions for yourself in terms of what's best for you. But don't allow yourself to take it too far and then ultimately judge yourself for, what it is you've experienced, or how. Oh, Rachel, number one, I'm so wonderful. It's so wonderful to see you. And the number two, thank you so much for that. Hi, Jeannie. But ultimately, that judgment, it serves a purpose, but we cannot allow ourselves to allow that sense of judgment to rule our lives, okay? So see the judgment for what it is. Instead of using that energy of judgment to beat yourself up, instead take that energy and direct it towards allowing it to help you make sense of your situation, okay? So direct it towards what it is new that it is you are trying to work towards, or what it is you are trying to change for yourself in your life. Use that judgment ultimately to look at the situation clearly, see it for what it is, and make your judgment call there in terms of how it is you want to move forward in terms of that situation, relationship, and or situation or circumstance, okay? But don't let it run amok. It's very much like the ego here, okay? Don't let it run amok to now creeping into beating yourself up about what it is you've experienced and now what it is you're having to come out of. Because ultimately, we are here to experience things. Some of it's going to be good, some of it's going to be bad, some of it's going to look like it's absolutely brilliant and genius, and some of it is going to look like some of the most stupidest shit you may have ever done in your lifetime. And as a direct result of some of that, you're going to have the moment where you're going to look at yourself and say, how the fuck could I have been so goddamn stupid? Don't do that. Don't go there. Because ultimately, you are having an experience that is teaching you something, that is allowing you to learn from, that is also ultimately allowing you to grow and expand and fortify yourself, become stronger, okay? I hope that helps. I hope that makes sense in terms of the judgment energy, all right? Stop yourself. Imagine you overhear your friends saying that about you. Would you say that to yourself? That is an excellent way to put it. That is an excellent way to put it, y'all. And thank you so much for that donation. Yes? Excellent. Okay, guys, that's what I have for you. I hope this was helpful for you. Thank you all so very much for tuning in to this collective live stream. I love you guys so very much. Thank you for being here with me. We are approaching the month of November, so I'm going to be getting into the November readings pretty soon. You're so welcome, Selma. I'm so happy to be here for you, to be able to help you here with this. Yes? I love you guys. All right, I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to go check back in with my parents. They may still be down hanging out by the pool and see what's what. We're going to be going to dinner soon. We're having Italian for dinner. A friend of mine, a very, very good friend of mine, gave me a list of restaurants to check out here in San Juan. And there is an Italian restaurant on that list. And my parents were like, "Why don't we do Italian tonight?" And I was like, "Sold! I've got a restaurant on the list for that. So we're gonna go. It's called Saccarelli. So if you know San Juan, if you know Puerto Rico, if you're down here in San Juan, check out Saccarelli. I may give you guys an update to see how it was, to tell you how it was. But yeah, they're here. They came for a vacation to visit. 55 on the counter, y'all. There are some big changes ahead of us. We are constructing this change for ourselves. And what I have been starting to understand is not to fear that energy of seeing 555 all the time. And instead, it's more, that to me says it's a symbol of things are changing and you really just need to allow yourself to let go and surrender, sink into that change, okay? So there we go. That was a little bit of a tangent. But anyway, I love you guys. I'm going to get going. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you to all of you that have sent through your donations. I love you guys so very much. And I look forward to connecting with you again for our next reading very, very soon. Yes? Excellent. Namaste and take care. I love you guys. Bye.